Max Crosby's been getting thrown on the trade block like crazy lately. I mean, he's getting up there in age. I mean, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a dang good player. He's explosive. He flies to the ball. He's definitely still one of the best in the leagues. But bringing up the surgery part, I mean, that's always a concerning part. I mean, maybe he might be a good backup if it comes to that after a couple of years.
Wait,
Whoa.
whoa.
He is 28 years old. What are we throwing him in
28?
backup
I
conversations
just
for
said
already,
Montgomery's
dude?
28. He still has
28.
Are
Okay,
you serious?
my bad. That's on me. That's
Clip
on me.
that.
Edge rusher.
Whoever's watching,
Look
clip
at,
that.
30.
dude, look how long Chandler Jones played for. Edge rushers play for a long time.
Look at Chandler Jones now.
Joe on the.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the K&C Sports Podcast. We're your co-hosts, Cooper and Caden, and we've got a special treat for y'all today. We have one of our good friends, Braden McWilliams, here joining us for the show. Welcome, buddy. Good to have you.
What up?
What's up, Braden? How you doing, man?
This is gnarly. This is actually pretty dope. Thank you.
You're our first guest,
Yes,
of course,
sir.
because we're only 4 episodes into this. So thank you for taking this time with us, man.
Y'all need some NFL ball knowledge. I got y'all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. Y'all
Yeah,
invited
okay,
me for
buddy.
that.
Okay, yeah. Right. Because we haven't talked about this for 3 weeks already, but okay.
This guy is a
but,
casual. Don't let him fool you. He's a casual.
Yeah, don't let the overshown jersey fool you. It's just whatever.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Whoa
Alright.
now.
So he is right. We're gonna talk about some NFL news for today, and then he won't stick around for long. And then me and Kate are gonna get into some NBA news because we got a lot with that, especially with the playoffs around the corner. So let's get started. Boys, with the weird trade that went down today. David Montgomery got traded to the Texans for what's his name? The offensive
Juice
lineman?
Scruggs.
Juice Scruggs.
Yeah,
That's
Juice
right.
For
Scruggs.
a 7th round and a 4th round pick?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let the guest of honor here go first for this one. What do we think?
Oh. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Juice Scruggs. That sounds terrible, but I mean, I think it's still a fleece, even though I think David Montgomery's not worth a 4th and 7th round pick. Maybe the offensive lineman's pretty good. I'm just not too familiar with his game, but I mean, if they're lacking O-line, good pickup for them probably. But other than that, I think they got fleeced, or Detroit got fleeced, and Detroit might be going back to old Detroit.
What? You're saying them trading away one of their running backs makes them a bad team again?
I think getting rid of a good running game from Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, they were pretty solid back, like against the dang Cowboys, man. As soon as Jahmyr Gibbs was off the field, they had to worry about David Montgomery. He was running down their throats, but that's just the Dallas Cowboys with Matt Eberflus. Can't really blame him on that. But I mean, I think in today's NFL, that too, yeah. But I think in today's NFL,
we haven't played with that.
Yeah. But I think in today's NFL, I think you need a strong running back 1 and a strong running back 2 to have a really good offense.
That's certainly an opinion.
I'll let you go ahead.
I mean, obviously, it's good to have a good backup that can carry a load.
Oh, yeah.
You have a starter get out. Some of the best offenses in the leagues, they have one really good running back or like a decent backup, but not great.
Like, I mean, look at Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson, right? Travion Henderson, yeah. They looked really good with Drake May. But, I mean, yeah.
What about Walker and Zach Schubert?
Yeah, that's another good point right there. But I think having 2 these having two good running backs on an offense helps. It just helps manage loads, like Caden was saying, and it like Jameer Gibbs could take a break and not have to worry about David Montgomery. But who's going to replace David Montgomery now? That's the question.
You
Yeah,
probably either draft a guy in the later rounds or sign somebody for cheap in free agency. I don't think needing a replacement for David Montgomery. I think it was stupid for them to trade him away, but I don't think you need a replacement as bad as people are going to think you do. Because Jameer Gibbs is, I mean, look at the numbers from Jameer Gibbs when David Montgomery was out. I mean, he basically just inflated his stats. He was ridiculous. He was putting up in like mad numbers. So it was more like David Montgomery helped more like goal line work and stuff. So I think it'll be easier to shut down the Lions offense there. But obviously, you've got Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Isaac Tesla, Jameson Williams. You have so much talent on that offense that I don't think losing David Montgomery is going to hurt you as much as you might think.
yeah, I'll counter that too. That I was thinking the same thing. Your offense is still there. You still have Gibbs. You still have Amon-Ra, Porta. So it doesn't really. It's not like they're gonna degrade or anything. They could possibly with their backfield at least with sharing the rock with Gibbs and Montgomery, but I don't see how this helps the trade. But I don't know if I can't remember C.J. Stroud's offensive line to block for him, so I don't know if that's good or bad. They got rid of Juice. We were talking about it before we started. Joe Mixon's cut, guys, or
He will
Oh,
be. Uh,
I don't think he's
I,
going to last long.
no,
especially with the injury.
he's not going to stay on the team. It's obvious where Houston's heading, and it's in a direction without Nick Chubb and in a direction without Joe Mixon. And I don't blame him. You're paying Joe Mixon how much money now, and he didn't even play this last year. So, I mean, it's better for them to move on. Like, obviously, older, more injury-prone running backs just aren't like it's not something you want to have anymore. It's better to go younger, and running backs are replaceable. Um, they're a lot more replaceable than other positions. So I think but I do think David Montgomery going to Houston benefits them. I think I think he's better than anything they had. And then you got Woody Marks to sit behind him too, who was productive enough when you needed him last season. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. What was I going to say? I don't. We'll see how it impacts because the Lions' offense is good either way. I mean, we've seen how they do. It's just their defense, the part that we're worried about because they've lost their. They have a new offensive coordinator too, I believe, that they hired
yeah,
this year. So we'll see how he works with just Jameer Gibbs and whoever they get in that second field.
I
But
don't think they're not going to replace David Montgomery. I think they're planning on either drafting a guy in later rounds, like I said, or signing somebody cheap. I don't know what the free agent market looks like for running backs, but I mean, you can go find somebody.
yeah, there'll be. I think no, Rashid is not a running back. We took Javante back. I don't even know. So free agency is coming
Well,
up in 2 weeks.
You
So
got Najee
yeah, Najee
Harris, Austin
Harris,
Eckler, Antonio Gibson, Travis Etienne, Rico Dowdle, Nick Chubb,
Rico.
Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker. So you've got some options.
I mean, Rico
that's
Um,
right,
Dowdle
Kenneth.
showed,
I
yeah,
forgot
Kenneth Murray
Kenneth's a.
too,
I
but I
forgot
think he'll
Kenneth's a
get
free agent.
re-signed.
I forgot the Super Bowl champion Kenneth Murray's a free agent. Oh,
The MVP too, huh?
Walker,
Well,
Walker, not Murray.
Chase Edmonds, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
yeah, I mean, I'll say they won't. I mean, obviously, Nick Chubb's not going to get re-signed after that trade.
Absolutely not.
There's
No.
no point of re-signing him unless they
His
have
career
all the
is
money.
probably done, to be
Sadly,
honest. And I love Nick
that
Chubb.
sucks.
He's one of my favorite running backs in the league for a long time, but his knee is cooked. He's just done. He wasn't very good for Houston this year. He's just obviously slowed down, not nearly as explosive. It's time to hang it up, buddy. You're 30. Like, you had a good career. Like, don't risk hurting yourself any more than you already are.
for sure. So I guess we could give this a grade. What do we give this a grade? I'd give it probably a
For
C.
Detroit, I don't know, like a C plus. For
Give
Houston, I
this.
think it's like a B minus.
I I'd give this a C plus too for Houston or Detroit, and then Houston. I I'm gonna go with a B plus. That's a steal. That's a great. I mean,
My thing is, I just don't think Houston will get the value you think you're going to get out of them with how bad the offensive line is.
but I
So,
think if with this move, wouldn't you think they'll pick up an offensive line in the draft?
I mean, I don't really know what Houston's planning on doing, to be honest, because I still feel like you need to get CJ Stroud another weapon. I think that needs to be a priority. And I think offensive line is the biggest priority, but I don't know how much cap space they have. Go spend on an offensive line. Obviously, it's the start of the offseason still. Like, well, not even like official free agency hasn't even started yet. So, I mean, as of right now, that's where I sit. I think it can improve. You get a better offensive line, more talent to take away from David Montgomery. It'll probably be better, but I don't. A fourth round pick and an offensive lineman that may not even get playing time. It just doesn't
That's
seem super
exactly what I'm
valuable to me
thinking.
for Detroit.
I think Detroit could have got a lot more out of David Montgomery.
I
Like,
think so too. Unless he wanted out. If which I was seeing people say that David Montgomery wanted out. And so if they did that, then I guess I kind of understand why you didn't get much value for it because you don't hold the cards there. But I don't know how true that is. I don't see why David Montgomery would have wanted out.
I didn't realize he was 28 years old, so that's pretty good. So he's still got some. He's got value in him for that team
He's
with how
oh
got
yeah,
young
juice
that
in the
no.
Texans
tank.
with how young that Texans team is as well. And hopefully CJ can get right back on track. Hopefully his run game helps him out
And
just a
he
little.
didn't take much loads at Detroit too, so he's not going to be like washed up at
I mean, it was
Houston.
split,
It
but I
was
mean,
split, but
You,
like
you never know. I
not
mean,
as much as Jahmyr
you
Gibbs.
gotta think scheme fits and the talent around you on a team, and just like sometimes players change teams and they just stink. So Dave
Joe
Montgomery
Mixon.
could just stink.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, we've seen it
Let's
before.
think this.
We've seen good running backs go from being pretty good on an offensive team to go to another team and absolutely wet the bed. So we'll see how it goes. The NFL season's right around the corner. Close. But all right, boys, that's it for that one, and we're gonna move on to. I know Braden's been wanting to get to this topic for all day now, so it's finally here. Jerry Jones, of course, Dallas Cowboys franchise owner. We love the guy. Love you, Jerry.
Landman,
He
baby, Landman.
for the
Love is a
5 minutes he
strong
was in it.
word.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Love. Um,
Love hate relationship.
absolutely. So, Braden, with or I should say, boys, with George Pickens officially taking the franchise tag, and then the whole Brandon Aubrey situation, and with Jerry coming out, I think it was yesterday, talking about how he wants to spend more this offseason. Braden, what's your take? Like, you think Jerry's going to go all in like he does it? He doesn't anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying will he go all in, but
No, I don't think
what's the
so.
deal?
I think this is another bluff, another year bluffing. Jerry's just Jerry nowadays. He wants to keep the off season about him. That's why I never hear anything about these other owners because Jerry wants all the attention to himself for nothing. But this George Pickens franchise tag, I think it's a smart move by Jerry. That's which is rare because I mean I don't think if we were signing or excuse me, not Jerry, George Pickens, I don't think we would sign Brandon Aubrey. But so we put the franchise tag on Brandon Aubrey. So I think we should expect a deal with Brandon Aubrey as well too.
Yeah, but Brandon Aubrey's also asking for $10 million a year, which is a lot for a kicker.
I heard that. I heard that was the from Brandon. Brandon Aubrey like declined that like allegation or whatever.
He can decline whatever he wants to the media. It doesn't mean it's not true.
Oh, I mean, I'm just going off what
But
the wife was saying too.
Jerry's making better moves than people realize. I mean, he restructured CD, Dak, and a couple other people, freeing up nearly $66 million in cap space. That's a lot of flexibility to work with.
Oh yeah,
So that
absolutely.
gives you room to obviously sign some free agents. Um, like you need to improve the defense significantly. So my
Very.
thing is, if you're Dallas, probably look what you can do in free agency offensively, and then draft defensive guys because there are. I mean, this is a stacked defensive class. There are some very talented defensive guys. So
Oh yeah.
There's defensive dudes that first day of the draft combine the combine the other day. I was just like, dude, we could easily snag this dude if they fall to 12th or 20th. But
yeah, like that
knowing
one
who we,
linebacker, I don't remember his name, ran a 4.37,
yeah,
200 something pounds.
um,
It's ridiculous. You shouldn't be moving that fast at that size.
then that's something that Jerry should go after if he wants to get back to his winning days. Um, I would say it's like we've been in the same hole for the past 30 years. It doesn't matter who we sign, it doesn't matter who we get. We've been in the same hole for 30 years. Do I have time to go over how we've done for the past 30 years? No, because it would take forever. Um, you just got to realize, like this is if he wants to make it about winning in him again, he's got to either devote himself from being the GM and just stop making it about himself. Because the more that you linger into, oh look at me, I'm owner of the richest sports team in the world. Like, yeah, it's cool because we value the most out of everything, but it's just like, dude, you got to think about players. You got to think about yourself, man. I mean, like, if we just continue the same charades of, oh, okay, everybody, we can run it back with the same roster next year, we'll be fine. It's like, no, dude. So if you're committed to making, now, granted, in the past few years, he hasn't made moves, but he's also made good moves, like Caden said. You know, the Micah Parsons trade that's justified. It could go either way, but it saved us cap space. We got picks out of it. We turned that into Quentin Williams, and well, Logan Wilson's out of the picture. Forget that. And we get a 12th pick, and then we get the 20th from the Packers, of course. So really, if you want to do something, you got to just put the nail in the coffin and say, go for it, all in. Bets are all. Let's do something this offseason. Let's get our defense back, or at least the team back to what it was once in the 90s. And
Oh yeah,
you're
and with
fine.
2 picks, if there's a defensive guy you really like, you can move up with 12 and 20. Let's say you see Caleb Downs falls somewhere, and I mean obviously secondary is a huge concern for Dallas. Go get you the best safety in the draft. Why not?
But Cooper, do y'all think they should work on that interior still? I mean, because they already got
The
Big
D
Q.
line?
Yeah,
I
because
do.
that's where they really struggled at this year. But
No.
until, excuse me, until Quentin Williams came to the Cowboys.
I think the interior
I
is
think
okay
I
for.
think you need your main priority needs to be secondary because it was awful. Deron Bland's
Very,
terrible. Honestly, you cut Deron Bland, I'm happy with that. I don't think he's that good. Um, like you're paying him a lot of money, and for the
Just like
production, you get
Trayvon
better
had a great game.
production out of some of those third and fourth string guys than you did out of Deron Bland this season, and you're paying Deron Bland how much? So I would consider moving on from Deron Bland if you can. Obviously, Trayvon Diggs was cut this past season. Um, the safeties are still a concern, and a linebacker. Like outside of the secondary, the linebacker is what I'm really concerned about. Go get you Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech, man. That kid is insane. He's
Man,
nutty, dude. And he
wow.
will fall to the second round. Use a second round pick on him. He's worth it. He's worth it.
Well, the Cowboys don't have a second round pick, I believe, because they got rid of it for Pickens.
well, that was a
They
fourth and
they did
Oh,
not trade a
really?
second round pick.
I
it was a
swore we did.
it was a fourth round pick. Yeah,
Well, that's a brain fart on me. But no, I do
We
like
were
the Jacob
expecting it,
Rodriguez
so don't
dude.
worry.
Oh wow. Oh wow. No, but I do like the Jacob Rodriguez guy more than Kenneth Murray. I'm not a big Kenneth Murray guy. I literally saw with my own eyes Kenneth Murray against the Vikings not fit a single gap to stop a run. I saw it from the midsection of at Jerry World. What are we doing, man? Like we that's
Yeah,
the
he
thing.
kind of just struggles with everything.
He really had bad eyes, and that's what linebackers don't need is bad eyes. The Cowboys' whole defense had bad eyes.
And
Like
it's funny because Jerry was talking about in the press conference after he traded Micah. He's like, I wanted to stop the run.
we ain't stopped anything.
What did we
We ain't
stop
not
this year?
stop a dang thing. We couldn't stop a flu.
What's that meme of that old man security guard with the long vest is just holding his arms out like that, just letting people come by like that? That's what we did. That's what we did. That's literally what we did. We literally just let people in. We're like, hey, you want 500 yards on us? Go ahead.
Oh
Okay,
man,
Saquon did good, but hey, you want 200? Go. You get one. 300, you get one. Like it's just,
exactly.
and
We had
the
Rico
part that I mean
Dowdle
by that is
run
just like
crazy
you're
on
gonna have
us.
to back up. Yeah, exactly. Oh, don't even get me started with that game. He showed us up real good. Don't even get me started with that game. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man,
But you got to also justify with that. You have to justify and back up the stuff that you want to do. Because if you're gonna say, oh yeah, I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to be the most winning head coach at the end of it with the most Super Bowls. It's like, okay, Robert made one this year. It's like he lost, but it's like if you want to do that, we got to have a dynasty for the next 5, 6 years. And even if we don't, even at that, it's just like, dude, like we just do something if you want to make it a dynasty. You know, no, stop. Bring Jimmy Johnson back if you want. I don't care. Nah, I like Scotty. I can't diss him. I love
I'm
Scotty.
about to say I love me some
Scotty.
shoddy, man.
Love Scotty.
Schottenheimer has shocked me a lot since this signing. I was iffy about it at first, but the more I started seeing videos of him, how like CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, everybody was just loving him. I'm all for it,
He really
especially this
moved
new
our
Christian
offense.
Parker guy. This from
Oh yeah,
seeing
our
the
new
videos with
defense
Christian
coordinator.
Parker, I've been really liking the energy. I'm loving that Jerry's. I will say I've been loving what Jerry's been kind of doing lately about the coaching situation. He's letting Schottenheimer do his thing, which he's not really done in a long time. I love seeing Schottenheimer pick the guys he wants, and I after this past season with the offense that Schottenheimer has been putting those numbers up on offense, I give him trust in choosing the defensive guy, and I feel like Christian Parker can bring in some good names for our secondary, like Reed Blankenship. Nobody really takes that into consideration. I know he had an off season this, like an off year this year, but I think, like we said, a new place can help a player out, or a old place or a new place can ruin a player's career. So
Yeah.
you don't like that? You don't like that take?
Yeah, that's him letting you know that he's tired of it.
That's no. I worked a crazy shift tonight. I'm just tired.
Guys, he pulled a Jimmy Butler. The where he's hunched over in the edge of
Boy,
the thing in the
oh
bubble.
boy,
That's him right now. So
that was some dark times for me as a Heat fan.
yeah,
That's
2011.
some.
Yeah, get a
Anyway,
load of
Oh,
this guy.
um, you won back to back after that. Don't complain. Anyway, so so that's with the Jerry, and what I mean, Scotty, my heart, I appreciate the coaching you've done for us. I just mean bring Jimmy back as like a extra motivator on the side to get us back to our winning days, you know, because
how about them
apparently Jerry
Cowboys?
Jones saw two Super Bowls and was like, let's bring in Brian Switzer. We're good.
Oh
It's just like,
goodness.
I mean,
Not a
by the
fun time.
documentary, we know how that went. Troy Aikman hated his
Eh,
guts.
dude, I'm gonna be
But
like 30 before I see a Cowboys Super Bowl, man. I'm 20
one
already.
thing before yeah, 30 years in GTA 6 hasn't even dropped yet. Um, so to wrap up this talk, real quick, apparently Max Crosby has been in the trade looming, and apparently the Cowboys have been brought up. What do we feel about this, guys?
No.
Well,
He gets thrown on the trade block gets thrown on the trade block every single time trade season starts up again. Quit it. He's not getting traded. And if he does, it's it's not going to be for as much as people think. Like, you know how many times I hear his name being in a conversation near the trade deadline, like, and nothing happens. The Raiders are firm on we're not move. If they wanted to move him, they would have moved him at the deadline because there were teams offering some crazy value. So
Yeah.
if you trade him on trade deadline, you're stupid because you are not going to get nearly as much value as you would have gotten at the deadline, especially not coming off your surgery. Teams are going to be concerned about that. Obviously, Max Crosby is an incredible player. He is very good. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. But obviously, teams are going to be concerned about your injury, and your value. You should have traded for him while you traded him while his value was higher, and it's not as high as it would have been at the trade deadline.
I agree with that, to be honest. Max Crosby's been getting thrown on the trade block like crazy lately. I mean, he's getting up there in age. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a dang good player. He's explosive. He flies to the ball. He's definitely still one of the best in the leagues. But bringing up the surgery part, I mean, that's always a concerning part. I mean, maybe he might be a good backup if it comes to that after a couple years. But
Whoa,
no,
He is 28 years old. What are we throwing him
It's
in
28.
backup conversations
Just
for
said
already, dude?
28.
Are
Okay,
you serious?
my bad. That's on me. That's
Clip
on me.
that.
Edge rusher,
Whoever's
I
watching
thought
look
he
this,
was
clip
at,
like
that.
30.
Clip
dude,
that.
look how
I
long
mean,
Chandler Jones played for. Edge rushers play for a long time.
look at Chandler Jones now,
Chill,
man.
chill on we don't need to talk about his mental problems or whatever, but he
It's
was
sad. Ugh.
35.
I mean, look at
Chill.
DeMarcus
And
Lawrence.
Calais Campbell is 40, and he's still
What do you mean look
playing.
at DeMarcus Lawrence? He just won a freaking Super Bowl
He
starting
won a Super
Exactly. No,
Bowl and
that's what
had
I'm
a
saying.
productive season, and he's
with the right
31.
team.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What are we throwing Max Crosby in backup conversations? Chill out.
It's
Chill
just the
out. We're
Raiders,
not
man.
there yet.
I
We
think
are
the
not
Raiders
there
can
yet.
ruin people's career. I feel
If
bad
he
for
was going to have
Fernando
his career
Mendoza.
ruined, it would have been ruined by now in Las Vegas.
It's about to happen, I think.
We'll
I'm just
see
saying.
how he does coming off surgery.
Maybe
We'll see how
maybe
this
this
runs
Tom
for
Brady era.
Fernando era. I mean, we'll see how
Right.
that goes.
Speaking of Fernando, he's not changing the Las Vegas Raiders organization.
No, absolutely
He's
not. I mean, it's going to be a while
not.
before they
It's
take up.
I
It's going to be
think
a while. They have a
yeah.
lot to address.
It's not a good quarterback class, and Las Vegas is just going to be forced into taking a quarterback. And then guess what? They're going to be drafting a new quarterback in 2 years.
Sadly, I like
We'll
Fernando
see about
Mendoza. He's
I love
elite.
Fernando Mendoza,
Fine.
but you're going into one of the worst situations in the entire NFL.
Sucks.
Mhm.
You're already kind of you're not going to be a super great down, so.
Just
Well,
maybe this
It
Tom
just
Brady
sucks.
era can help a lot. I don't know. Maybe Tom Brady can
Tom
do
Brady
something here.
being a partial owner of Las Vegas, I feel like helps. Having him mentor definitely helps, but the Las Vegas Raiders are so terrible that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, well, I forget Brady's a part owner, so he's going to be in help with picking that quarterback, and of course, it's going to be to everyone's mock draft, Fernando Mendoza. We'll see what time sells. We got with all this going on. We got March coming up in 2 weeks with the deadline, and then we have the draft in 2 months, and then we got fall coming up. So we'll definitely get into that. Well, Braden, good friend. It was great having you on. Thank you for coming on
Yes,
again with
sir.
your sports knowledge back up.
My
It
okay.
was a pleasure.
Wait
Thanks
a
for being
minute.
back.
There was a little bit of there. A backup, yeah.
We did
Like
warn
Max
the
Crosby.
audience that he's a casual, so
I'm not
they
a
should have
cat.
seen it coming. Yeah, you're
I'm telling
casual.
you, watch my take. Let it work out in a year. Watch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll give you $100 if Max Crosby's a backup in a year.
I'm gonna be $100 richer. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, that just makes me laugh here and there.
If Max Crosby's a backup before 30, he would have had to have some sort of crazy fall off
I
from surgery.
I doubt. I hope not. But knowing how bad that Raiders defense is, maybe
And
there's something good to happen.
the team's defense does not make individual plays.
I know, but
You're saying with how bad
uh,
that defense is, you think he'd start to make it better and not back up, but
He's the
maybe
only
better.
reason
Well,
that
no,
defense
probably.
did anything.
Okay, now I realize
exactly.
how dumb I sound right now. I'll be honest.
Oh, so
Yeah,
so now he
Yeah,
realizes.
I'm having
Look,
a moment.
we all have our own
I
opinions, buddy. Yeah, I'm not bashing
I
you,
had
but
I had a way better look at the first, but
yeah, get him
I don't know what
off.
I'm talking
Get
about
him
now.
off.
Okay, whoa
what's
now.
that Jerry meme from Tom and Jerry when he's like, get a load of this guy, where he's like smiling.
Oh
That's
wow.
no, I'm just kidding,
That's
buddy. We love you.
crazy.
Yes, we
But
do. We do.
yeah, but we're gonna close that out with him. We're gonna keep rolling. Kane, I know you're tired, so we're gonna pick up this NBA talk here fast, not lightning fast, but pretty fast. But buddy, it was nice talking to you, and see you
Absolutely,
around.
brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course.
Have a good one.
See ya, boys. Have a good one.
Backup is
Never heard that.
crazy.
Well, with that, guys,
Still
NFL
shows he's
talk.
in here.
So, oh boy, I don't. He can actually. I told him he could actually leave. He just couldn't leave the studio. But because I don't want that appearing. Hold on.
There we
Okay,
go.
there he is. There he is. All right, cool. All right. So, as we know, another great weekend of NBA basketball, especially the primetime games. Spurs winning streak is snapped. After the
This is true. New
uh,
York finally gets a much needed win against a good team, too. They've been struggling, that's for sure. They've looked rough. So getting, I don't know, they have just owned San Antonio this year. They're out for their number. Um, so if I'm San Antonio, I make it to the NBA Finals. I sure am hoping I'm not playing the Knicks. That's for sure.
granted, if the Knicks can get past these other East teams and make it to the Eastern Conference, I would. But I would say, yeah, it was a great win by New York. This is something they needed. If you're the Spurs, it hurts a little because you're now 2.5 games behind the first seed. So basically, you'd have to win out for the rest of these games and hope Thunder have a little spill out with these closing moments within 30 days. Wembanyama looked good. He still put up a high number of points. I didn't watch all of it. I caught like bits of it throughout the halves, but overall, I'd say it was pretty good for New York. That gives them some motivation heading into this last month of the season.
It's definitely a motivator that's for sure. Coming down this stretch, the East is very tight. They're tied or within a game and a half of Cleveland right now, and you have to take advantage. You have to take
Absolutely.
advantage right now. James Harden's not playing. Donovan Mitchell's been out with his groin injury. Evan Mobley's off and on out. Like you have to take advantage. You have to win games now while Cleveland is not healthy. Take advantage of it because if Cleveland is healthy, Cleveland's better by far. I
What
think, and I think it's Detroit, Cleveland, Boston are those teams to beat in the East.
Oh,
Boston
absolutely.
playing without Jaylen Brown tonight and still winning by whatever 30 whatever, and Giannis was back, dude, and the Bucks have looked good with Cam Thomas coming in.
They could sneak playing
I
maybe
don't know. Like Joe Mazzulla is a dang good coach, man. He has them playing great basketball. So,
without their
um,
star player, mind you.
yeah, without Jason Tatum, who I saw is supposed to come back against Dallas this week. That's when he's expected to return. So I'm
That
sorry for
quick?
you.
I thought they were talking about like, well, either way, it doesn't matter. We're done.
Well,
So
if you're Dallas, you want
what
to
if he
tank
does?
anyway. You're hoping for a good pick.
Yeah,
So
but Wow, I didn't realize it was that quick. I thought it was gonna be like postseason or something. But if he's ready to go, he's ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he recovered a lot faster than other players. Like Dame is still recovering. Tyrese Halliburton also tore his Achilles, is still recovering. So, obviously, Halliburton was like a month and a half later because Tatum tore his Achilles in what, the Knicks series? I don't remember what
Yeah,
series.
it
Um,
was game four. Yeah, game four.
and so there's about a month difference, but still, like Dame tore his in the first round, so he's not back. I get he's older, more worn down than Jason Tatum is, but
So
it's
this is kind
still
of weird. All those three of those players tore their Achilles in separate rounds, like back to back to back rounds, I think, and they were all zero, and it was an Achilles injury. Like
yeah, it's
that's
weird. It's a weird coincidence.
so. Now that I know that Tatum is potentially playing this week, and a lot of teams have been talking, or analysts and people have been talking about it. How does this affect Boston? Does it make them the same, or with Tatum back in the mix, does it make them worse, or like, how do you think this goes in the final stretch?
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, you're lacking another big, like the power forward position, and so I feel like as long as you can get him back and playing enough to get him in a groove when you hit the playoffs, I think it'll be okay. If he were to try and come back in the playoffs, I'd say it's probably going to be a disaster. Trying to work him back into the rotation, and stuff like that in a playoff series is a no-go. Getting him back as early as this week in March, that's huge. That's huge. And I don't think he makes them like so much worse by any means. I mean, it's not like he's a negative asset, but I still think when the group of guys you have is playing so good right now, and then you try to work in somebody else, somebody new, you got to find them a role. Um, it can be concerning. You might fall a few games just trying to make things work at first, but I think it's definitely a positive thing getting him back. It's not a negative thing. I mean, he is an all NBA player, so
Yeah, and one NBA champion. I so I'm with you. I don't know how this works because him coming back, my thing was if he were to come back, it would have been in the playoffs. But if they're winning in the playoffs and he comes back, how does that like makeshift? Now, if you sit him out for the rest of the year and you see how well Boston does with this roster leading with Jaylen Brown, it's like, hey, if we can make it as far as the second or third round, then I'd say it was a pretty good show. Peyton Pritchard has been outstanding off the bench now that he's been there.
yeah.
Dude's been a total wreck. It's not like we haven't seen this before, but I don't know how to make it with how young he is too. I don't know how the and you don't want to linger it again because if you linger it again, he's probably going to be out. So we don't know how easy
Yeah.
this is going to be. It's definitely going to be hard to get back in the stretch. So he's going to have his bad nights if he comes back
Work
starting this
him
week.
in slowly. Like have
Yeah,
him on a minute
minutes
restriction.
restriction.
Don't have him play back to back, stuff like that. Um,
Yeah,
don't overwork him, especially off an Achilles injury. Achilles injuries are one of the easiest tendons to, re-injure. So you got to be careful.
yeah, absolutely. Got to give props to the guy. He came back really strong. That was what? That was in May of 25 and it's March, so that's like 10 months,
Yeah, less than a year. So
less than a year.
good for
So
him.
good freaking job, dude. So there's teams that are having their success like Boston and like the Knicks yesterday. But then there's also teams on the other side of the conference that are having their struggles like the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers. So Denver has been, as you've seen, they've been in the rough patch since coming back from the All-Star break. The only games they won, which is tonight, and then the Trailblazers blowout, and then I think they beat someone else. But what's been the Lakers struggles that you've seen, or not Lakers, the
The
Nuggets struggles
Lakers.
since, or Nuggets first.
If I'm being honest, I'm close to pushing the panic button on Denver. Um, and It's the inefficiency.
Hmm.
Jokic, uh,
He's
I
been
was
having some bad nights.
watching. He's had some very, very bad shooting, um, shooting nights. I was watching the Thunder and Denver game the other night, and if I'm gonna be completely honest, Jokic sold them down the stretch. It's the unnecessary threes, not getting an offense set up, like just stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're the greatest player in the world, but you quit trying to be the guy. You have help around you. Like shooting three of whatever it was, like from three of 11, 3 of 12, whatever from three, and only making like 8 of your 27 shot attempts. It's not good. I don't care if you had a triple double. You're not getting the job done. And Cam Johnson has to be better. I was looking, he's shooting 43% from three. From the games I've watched, I would not have guessed he is shooting 43% from three because I swear I
Absolutely.
don't see him make a shot when I watch him play. It does not feel like he's making much of an impact. Jamal Murray, dude, be good or don't. Like, quit playing this back and forth game of, oh yeah, tonight I'm gonna go off for 40, but then I'm gonna go off for 17 or 12. Like, dude, make make up your mind. You got to be consistent with it. And part of me is sitting here now and is thinking, you have all this talent. How good of a coach is David Adelman really? Is it a lack of coaching too? Yeah, what would this team look like if they didn't fire Mike Malone? Is it coaching? What is David Adelman doing? Like, so I think you also got to question the coaching a little bit. What is David Adelman doing to try and help this team? Is he helping this team? It sure doesn't seem like it. But you also need Christian Brown. He's got to be better. I've loved what I see from Julian Strother. I think he's been excellent. And Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown has been playing excellent ball too. And Spencer Jones. But it's just these main guys are the struggles.
I was
And you
gonna
can't
say,
have these main guys being the struggle.
I was gonna bring up Tim Hardaway Jr., but I was like, well, we already know that story. We know our
Yeah,
time
he
now.
also sold them that game. Those stupid, and when I say stupid, I mean stupid turnovers that cost them the game against OKC down the stretch. And I was like,
That overtime, because I remember we were watching it, we were talking over the phone. That overtime killed them. And like I was saying, I was like, dude, Jamal was throwing up shots like for no reason. I'm like, dude, why are y'all not saying an offense? And that's what I was seeing in
yeah,
the Timberwolves game yesterday. Is that Jokic would have the ball down in the post, and nobody would like be moving. He'd just be standing there going with the ball, and then he just throw it. I'm just like, dude, can somebody run something? Like that's why you're getting killed.
definitely.
I will bring this up because it's something we've already noticed. Do we think Aaron Gordon being out has a role to play in this?
Absolutely, yeah. I was gonna bring it up. I was say Aaron Gordon being out does not help you at all. I mean, he helps space the floor by a lot. He's a threat. Like he's proven to me this season that you can't leave him open. And so by not being able to leave him open, obviously you got to guard him. Um, and he's great.
Yeah.
Like he's a really good basketball player. He knows what he's doing. He helps the team. He does it. He knows what his job is. He does his job well. And then he goes out there and he works his tail off. He hustles. He does everything you need for him. So him being out doesn't help. But at what point do you start worrying? Do we need to move on from Aaron Gordon? Try and go find something else because availability is the best ability, and he is out a lot. He struggles with injuries a lot. I mean, he was hurt in the playoffs. He's been hurt a good amount this season, and it's like he's not going to be reliable.
Hmm.
It might be time to move on and get a replacement for him.
Yeah, I would say Gordon being absent does impact it a lot. Like you said, he spaces the floor. He's a great player starting. He's a great shooter on the wing, especially in the corner when they need him to be. What was that? It was the first. It was one of the first week of opening night when they were playing the Warriors, and Aaron Gordon just hit like 10 threes in
50
a row,
points.
50 points,
Yeah.
yeah. And we were just like, dude, what? Like, if Aaron Gordon can be as that efficient when he comes back, and they're going to need it because we're 1 month out, almost officially, from being the NBA playoffs. And with that month being out, with almost the NBA season, there's something I wanted to bring up. Oh, did we talk about the Lakers? No, we didn't.
No, we did.
No. Lakers, I'd say it's no defense, of course, and then that big three, LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, it just hasn't been efficient when they're both out there on the floor together.
And then you've also got Luca, who is arguing with his coach, and they're not getting along. And when your superstar players not getting along with your coach, 'cause I saw a clip from the other night of Luca kind of blowing off JJ Redick. I was like, oh, that's not good. That's
Uh,
not what you want to see.
yeah, it was
If
the
you think
Warriors
you
game.
know more than your coach, that's not a good look.
Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, the video where he was walking towards the bench and like Redick was trying to give him a high five and he just brushed him off. And then he tried to get
I like
up.
that, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to get up and go talk to him, but Vanderbilt with the save to prevent it from happening. So yeah,
Yeah.
Luca, that's the issue with Luca is I'm not saying that he is an issue. Of course, we loved him here in Dallas, but it's just like the one thing that I don't like about it either is the reason why they're not getting back on defense is probably because majority of the time he's clap backing at the refs or somebody, and there's no time to get back, and so the offense
Yep.
is like or defense is dysfunctional. So it's like, dude, let's talk about it after the play. It's over. It happened mid play. Go run your toe off on defense so we can play.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't feel like they should be as bad defensively as they are. You got guys like Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia is good defensively, but DeAndre Ayton is just so, I don't know, do
Oh,
something, bro.
I knew the
Do
minute they signed
something.
him. I knew the minute they signed him in the offseason, I was like, this doesn't change anything. And it hasn't. I mean,
He's
we've come
freaking
with it.
huge. He needs to be a defensive monster, and it's almost like he's scared.
Yeah.
He looks scared. He plays scared.
So and not finishing on your shots, especially when you're like right below the basket, it's just like, dude, like if we hit
Yeah.
those, we're a better chance of winning. So
Not that I want the Lakers to win. I don't mind them
yeah,
losing at all.
I don't really care about Luca, so because we all know why. But do we see if the Lakers get a matchup, who do you think would best match them, or like who do you think would be better for them to face in the first round if they want to get out of the first round hump?
They want to get out of the first round. What are they right now? The sixth seed?
Yeah,
Um, so you would be playing what? Houston is the three
Houston.
seed. I don't think they beat Houston. If I'm the Lakers, I would want to play really any of the play-in teams or Phoenix if they're not healthy.
Hmm.
And I think Phoenix has their number. I think Phoenix would beat them. But I think they can beat Golden State. Um, I don't think they'll beat OKC. I don't think they'll beat San Antonio. Don't think they'll beat Houston. Won't beat Minnesota. Won't beat Denver. Phoenix could be a toss-up, but I don't see a world where they're not a first-round exit this year.
I, I was gonna say something about Houston because I was thinking about this earlier before we started. I would say the only thing for Houston, for me, if they were to match up, is the guard play. But you also got to understand Houston's depth and how much they have. If the Lakers can't stop a fly with the Suns being out, especially Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks being out, they're not going to stop Alfred Sengun and Amon Thompson and Kevin Durant from
Yeah,
scoring on the inside.
and um, I think Amon Thompson can do a good enough job guarding Luca, that Houston wins that series. Not easy, necessarily easily. I think if the series is going to go to seven, I think they can go to seven with Houston. Um, and the way Denver's playing, you could probably go to seven with Denver as well.
Well, Denver,
I think Denver picks it up before come playoff time.
yeah, because they dropped too after that back-to-back loss to OKC there and Minnesota. They're back. in this fifth. So that's that with the playoff struggles. We'll see how this last month goes. Gosh, dude, we're already almost in the last month now for the playoffs.
Yep.
It's gonna get good. I can't wait. So this last part, I want to finish up on the NBA discussion. So as we know about the 65 game rule, you got to play at least 65 games, and within those 65 games, you need to play at least 20 minutes. So luckily, I had this downloaded already, so I can pull it up. So you can't go over, if you miss 18 games, you're automatically ineligible for any reward. So right now, the on the hot radar right now, it's Jokic at 16.
Yeah, he's one game away.
Yeah, he just need if he misses two more games. Jokic's best bet is he has to miss one more game, and that's it. And he has 30 plus days to do that. Victor Wembanyama sitting at 13, Luke is sitting at 12, Shay's at 11, and Cade should be fine. He's at 6. So, how do we feel about this 65 game rule? Like, how should Adam Silver, of course, should he tweak it or how should he fix it? Because I feel like doing this was a part of the tanking issue as to why he did it in a way.
I think so. And it's a weird rule. I hate it because it's like some of those guys are going to barely miss out. Um, but at the same time, I think there needs to be a game requirement. Um, just because if you get a small sample size of, say, so and so plays 27 games where he averaged 45 points per game, which is unrealistic. That's probably not going to happen. But if it did happen, obviously that guy is going to be the most valuable player. If he's averaging in 27 games, you're averaging 44, 45 points per game. Like maybe change it from 65, lower it down to like 60, um, or like 55, somewhere around there. Give it a little more. But at the same time, I like it because it injuries suck. But if you get an injury bad enough to keep you out for the season, then, or like you miss so many games, I don't feel like you should be in consideration for awards anyway. Um, it,
Well,
I
because of LeBron's early injury stint that he had at the beginning of the season, he's already not going to be eligible for, I think it's, well, anything now,
yeah,
but it's for all NBA rewards or anything. So I get your
I
point.
think it needs to stay, but I think maybe you could lower it to 60 games or 55 games. But
Hmm.
there definitely needs to be a rule where you have to play so many games. Just because giving somebody an MVP playing like it's just the sample sizes for me. A
Yeah.
guy who plays 70 games compared to a guy who plays 50 games, like it's
Yeah,
just
he
it's
was,
not fair.
I would say it's like injuries are unfortunate and they do happen. It's part of the sporting world. And it's like, yeah, we can lower it too, but it's like when my side, if it was to stay 65, is like, well, if you lower it, it's like teams can have a better advantage of like sitting a little longer, even though they can't because there's still a deadline. But it's just like Shea missed what 9 games just now, 10, 11.
Yeah,
And
9.
so, and he came back strong than ever. He literally dropped 30 plus that first night against the Nuggets. But I would say it has to do with, and you don't want to rush your players either, because the minute you start rushing guys to get back, worrying about an award or anything, it's bound to re-injure themselves.
Yep, you force more injuries that way.
Exactly. And so, um, I would say definitely lowering it, like you said, helps because you can have a little more wiggle room to still have that reward for a guy that drops because you could have 4 dudes that drop all 30 plus points per game and then just to be told, hey, you're not getting the reward because you missed 18 games for an injury that occurred like 5 months in the season ago because you were out that long. But it's very unfortunate. I hope Adam Silver tweaks it, but he's been under fire for a lot of things. It seems like I think all 4 weeks we talked about this man because that's just how much the NBA's landscape is right now
It's
with everything
bad.
going on. Yeah, it's bad. The only props I would say I give to Adam Silver is the bubble. That's about it.
I don't give
But
Adam Silver.
but yeah, the conversations we have about Adam Silver, it's so funny. I love it. But yeah, that was it. That was the only thing. That was the last thing I had to talk about. You had anything you want to add on, or that was it? I know you're pretty
Yeah,
tired.
I did want to add that oh man, that Detroit and Cleveland game was fun to
Oh,
watch, and I
yeah.
think those are my kind of top two teams in the East right now, fully healthy, mind you. Obviously, Cleveland is facing their fair stretch of injuries right now,
Hmm.
but uh, that was a great game. I had a whole lot of fun watching that.
Indeed.
It showed Detroit was really good. Man, I love Jordan Tyson. He's been playing great.
Hmm.
He had a good game, fouling on a full court shot basically to give them three
Yeah,
free throws to tie the game to take it to
yeah.
overtime. It's crazy. You have to discipline yourself. You have to know better to not jump into the guy who's shooting the shot like that. That sold the game. They had that locked. And Evan Mobley missing free throws doesn't help either. Don't think I forget about that. Free throws win games. Free throws win
Yeah,
basketball games.
absolutely.
They miss free throws down the stretch too. You got to make your free throws. But still, Jalen Tyson, like, don't foul there, man. That was a dumb foul, and then obviously Detroit kind of manhandled them in overtime. But the Dennis Jenkins kid for Detroit, he's fun to watch too.
He's
He's
on my radar.
good. He's a sneaky hidden gem for Detroit. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
He's awesome. I
I
love him.
would.
I love Detroit. I love Cleveland. I love both of them.
They're gonna be
Love
top two.
watching both of them play. I love Cade. Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player in the NBA. So, um,
Yeah,
like, I mean, I love both teams. Cade's climbing up there too. I'm starting to like Cade Cunningham a lot more,
and he's
and they're
climbing the
fun to
MVP
watch.
ladder
JB
right now.
Bickerstaff's one of my favorite coaches in the entire league. So I'm interested. I'm excited for the playoffs in the East, man.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's worse, but dang, they gonna have some fun series. That's for sure. Whereas the Western
Absolutely.
Conference might have some blowouts.
And this is. Oh yeah, that is sure. By the way things are looking. I would say this is definitely and absolutely a different Detroit team than we saw last year. And it's like, well, people will be like, oh, well, Detroit lost to the New York. Well, yeah, that wasn't the 2020. This year is not the 2024 Detroit Pistons. This team is
No.
all out better. Cade's been scoring phenomenally. He's on the MVP ladder. If four guys miss their rest of their games, he's the MVP.
Well, yeah, and now you got to think they have a year of playoff experience under their belt, and they were two missed calls away from winning the series, anyways.
Oh, dude, I don't.
Like there were some
I
bad
still.
calls in
That was
those
a
late games
terrible.
that changed the outcomes of those games. So
Didn't
they're definitely to watch out for. That's for sure.
when
And
that
then
Timmy J shot happened, and they had what was it? They had the after game report, and they said that the ref
and they
clearly
came
said,
out
"Yeah, that
after the
was
game and said, "Yes, we messed up that call."
yes,
That's
yeah,
not a good look. That's crazy because that
and right in
changed
front
the
of your
outcome
face."
of that game.
Oh, and the
Especially
series,
when, yeah,
yeah,
that official was looking right at him. And don't get me wrong, as an official myself, not pro level or anything, obviously, but like I'm not trying to. I don't like throwing shade to the refs. I love giving them the benefit of the doubt. That was bad. It was bad. It cost Detroit the game, and they had a chance to win the series, and obviously lost in six. But
but this newly studded team is going to look a lot better as a first seed. You're right, year of a playoff experience, so definitely they know for sure going into this year, they're like, hey, we've been here, we know how it works. Let's keep moving. Let's try to get something done. Wasn't Cleveland was up in that game in the closing moments too, weren't they?
yeah,
Yeah,
they had a really I want to say almost a double digit point lead with a couple minutes left.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I was coming back home from work and I turned it on, so I just got caught a glimpse of that overtime period and the ending. So I didn't get to watch the full game, but the ending was the most important part. And oh, how about the horn not working for like what 15
Yeah,
minutes?
that was annoying because I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, we're taking a 15-minute break in between the game. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
Like,
it can't be that hard to fix a buzzer.
and ESPN's been on one lately. They've been messing up their scoreboards. Like yesterday in the Denver Nugget game, the scoreboard was not up for like it wasn't ESPN. I'm sure it was the inside the.
Yeah. hmm I think so. That's about all I had. So I just wanted to mention how fun those two teams are to watch, um, and it's going to be a great Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's probably who I would love to see play in the Eastern Conference Finals.